So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. It is Jamaica versus Honduras. Honduras versus Jamaica. We are on home soil. Say no, say we have to win this game. So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Thoroughly appreciate it, and I mean, certain said. Anyways, people, Jamaica will be facing Honduras in this matchup, and I think it's definitely one that will test us. But statistically speaking, we normally beat Honduras. Statistically speaking, so I'm not afraid. I am definitely not afraid of the Honduras team. What I'm definitely afraid of is us shooting ourselves in our own foot. And that is something that I think that we are associated with. It's not that we have never done it. We have done it quite a lot of time. But this time around, I'm a little bit more confident that we might get the job done. Anyways, for this preview show, we'll be looking at the last game. I'm never going to do no head-to-head with Honduras. But what I'm going to do, we're going to also have a look at a possible starting lineup. We're going to discuss Steve McLaren, what he said in his press conference, and also what we should expect going forward. But before I do that, I would really appreciate it if you guys go say, boom, hit the like button, boom, hit the subscribe button as well. We thoroughly appreciate it. If you can support us, can PayPal or even buy us a coffee, it would be definitely appreciated. All right, let's get on to the Jamaica team. This time around, I do expect to see 1 and 2 changes. Let me tell you why. I saw something in the last game that we played versus Nicaragua. And in that game, I saw Mason Holgate coming on for his debut. Initially, in my head, I'm saying, you know what? Mason Holgate coming on, me say he's going to pull a defender. Interestingly enough, he came on in central defensive midfield position. So that is telling me that McLaren clearly identified that we do have an issue right there. And one player was introduced to the squad recently was Joshan Anglin. What position does Joshan Anglin play? Central defensive midfield. He said that he wants someone who can take good care of the ball in that position. Someone who can handle the ball under pressure in that position. Someone who can progress the ball in that position. Also someone who can dictate like a metronome in that position. So he speak extensively in the specific position of the stadium, which is an issue that we supporters have been discussing for the longest while. This is not new to us. We know the issue that lies in that specific area of the Jamaica team, the midfield. Not just the attacking aspect of it, but the defensive aspect of it and controlling games. We struggle to control games. Most of the games that we have played, just frantic, erratic, all the tick. All I tick them I can put on it. Even tic-tac. Yeah, but that's how most of the game we play. Now, something that we have seen recently with the addition of Tyree McGee, I've seen our midfielders a little bit more composed. Why is that so? Because there's a midfielder in the team that knows when to slow down the game. So it's not as frantic as you would think. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. And he knows when to speed it up. No, we also need someone in front of those defenders who will help the defenders to not boot the ball long. Initially, under Al Grimson loves to bypass his midfield. But this time around, I do think that this coach, because he wants to play from the back, which means that he will need midfielders who can come deep, receive the ball, and also progress the ball. So he's emphasizing on that spot. And for my squad starting 11 for this evening, I do have Mason Holgate in the team, but specifically, I have him in the central defensive midfield position. How will that work? Very, very good question. The toss in the here was actually Latibodier or Casey Palmer beside him. We'll see which one we choose going forward. Anyways, so last matchup we played against Nicaragua, it was more so a controlled performance. A controlled performance. I do think we can offer a lot more. I do think that where the result is concerned, it's really good going away from home in our what should I say now? Hostile environment, a turf pitch, and all these type of things, all these factors. We still walk away with the 3 points, which we have to laud that. We have to laud that. That's huge. But as the game goes on, you can see that there are errors in the team that we need to fix. Quite a lot of errors that we need to fix up on. So, definitely, no problem in that, specifically in midfield. Now, in us controlling games better, where the midfield is concerned, I think that's going to limit the amount of issues that we face most of the time when teams control games and create some shot against us. Because even last game against Nicaragua, they created a lot of shooting opportunities. Not saying that they were high profile or high quality shots, but just imagine if they had those type of players who can hit it from way out. Anyways, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put up the squad on the screen so you guys can see the squad and my squad selection. It's nothing new. I don't think it's a selection that you haven't seen before. So let's have a look at it. So this is what it looks like. Andre Blake in goal. Lemby Kisa at right back. And Greg Lear left back. I still retain the 2 centre-back pairing in Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock. From my perspective, I just think that the coach will continue with this pairing. One, I know a lot of persons don't like the pairing, but I have no issue with it. It's not like we have seen fall off or something of that sort. No, we haven't seen that. So I have no problem with this starting lineup as well. Next up, that back line as well. Next up, we're going to look at is the midfield. Now, I went to choose Latibodier alongside Mason Holgate in the midfield. I know you will find persons saying, hey, this can't work. Rate la la la. But from my perspective, the mere fact that I saw Steve McLaren bringing on Mason Holgate specifically in the central defensive midfield position, and knowing that that's where we have an issue, a question was asked by Eddie Guna TV. Watching that question was, you have seen Mason Holgate played multiple positions, but specifically the last game that he brought on Mason Holgate was in the defensive midfield position. Was that an ion in something that you want to do? This is a kind of paraphrase. Yeah. There's that quote unquote, yeah? Is that something that you want to do with Mason Holgate going further? And yes, he technically skipped around the question like he never answered. I think maybe you want to keep it as a surprise or something like that. But he spoke about seeing him playing multiple positions and what his ideal aspect or looks, what he wants from Mason Holgate looks like. But he did not turn down or did not reject the claim or the idea of him playing in the defensive midfield position. And I'm now wondering if that ideal position is something that the coach is looking at. So for me, that's the reason why I have here Mason Holgate, the defensive midfield position. Can he fix? That's a question. Can he fix it? All right, so it's Mason Holgate beside Latibodier. Why do I went with Latibodier? All right, for me, the possibilities are, if there's any substitution, I don't think McLaren is going to take out Latibodier. I don't think so. Because he came into the job. For some reason, he liked Latibodier in the midfield. And for some reason, Algrim's like Latibodier in the midfield. Even though the supporters say, no, wait. Yeah. Good thing send the supporters on my pick squad. Good thing. So it could be Casey Palmer. It most definitely could be Casey Palmer. I went to the similar front three behind the striker in Bobby Reid, Terry McGee, and Demarai Gray, and I went with Mikel Antonio to lead the line. Now, we have to now understand that We're now playing against a team that will have more of the possession. So now a lot of eyes will now be on Terry McGee because they're going to say, you know, the same issues, the long time issues, rated. But I've seen enough in the last game to say that, you know what, I like what I'm seeing. I like what he offer. These players like Terry McGee, they are not necessarily the player where we see 90 minutes through the game. Every minute you see he's on the ball. Every minute, no, he's not. He's not that type of player. You can take down something now, so I move off screen. He's not that type of player. But the few moments you will see him on the ball will give you those magical moments that will be the deciding moments of the game. That's what you need. Those moments. You just most of the games you will keep it moving, keep it ticking, keep it moving, passing, just passing. Just some simple passes, passing around. And then boom, just like that. Defense splitting pass. Tearing the defense apart. Creating a chance, a huge chance for us. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what we need with these type of players. Interestingly enough, I expect him to play quite well in this game as well, because this team is a team that would play high up the pitch, which means that he can break that line easier. Higher the line, easier it is to break. True. Either go by top, through the middle, anywhere. Down in the channel, you have many areas. When now on low block, kind of more difficult for break. But if we see him break on low block line, like we saw versus Nicaragua, that means a high line, I expect him to break that one as well. For me, where goals are concerned in this game, I don't think we're going to concede. We've been quite good so far defensively. One of the good things that Algrimson set up the team defensively. We have adapted those defensive principles from Algrimson's team, and now we have added the attacking principles to McLaren by McLaren. So I'm going to go probably another 2-0, 2-0, 1-0. I'm going to say 2-0. Jamaica 2, Honduras 0. I'm going to go. It's a must-win game still, no, people. It's a must-win game. But let's see how this one proceed. Big up on yourself. I'll be doing a watch-along later, people, so make sure you want to join a watch-along. Not by me, though. I'll be at the stadium. But we have persons on the watch-along, so make sure you send a tune in for that. Big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. God bless. Boom. Now, yo.